And Ray.
The first thing that comes to my mind, as always, is the simplicity of building a circuit, putting it with fewest possible high-quality components to make a sound that I'm looking for. I never look for very complicated. I don't count how many pieces I put in there. The more pieces, the more valuable is the amplifier. That's exactly the opposite of what I look at. If I can make an amplifier work with 4 pieces, high quality 4 pieces that can do the sound that I'm looking for, that's what I do. The other thing I have philosophy is, what could I build that other manufacturers didn't think of? What can I do that other people didn't do? And how would like my amplifier to look like that hasn't been done? I love the beautiful amplifiers. I love the beautiful circuitry. I really love to open my other amplifiers. I look into them and say, Mom, my dad, this is really beautifully done. It sounds great. I just don't like things that sounds good, but looks horrible. I work with the military, and the military specs are really, really very intensive and very particular. If you look at the military boards, which they were going from one inspection to the other inspection, and they pass every inspection you get ever imagined. It gets to the very last one, and the guy looks at the resistor, and he reads on an RNC55H, and he's trying to find out where in the hell is this number, and he doesn't see it, because somebody bent that resistor to the opposite way, the wrong way. That part of that PC board is going to go all the way to the very beginning. That resistor gets removed, and the one gets put in there with the value on the top facing the same direction, and then goes all the way again through the whole inspection again, all until it passes the inspection. Putting 15 years with that kind of work in the military, I implement the same method in my amps. I use the military components in all my amplifiers, including the Apache. These are the 0.1 Vishay military specs resistors, military specs PC boards, military specs solder I should say, and implement the same ways that I did in the other place, and looking, as I say, for the most things that haven't been done. And if I can accomplish that and make sure people get happy, then I believe I have done the things that I was doing.
So you'd say that precision and quality control would be the key, the chief key elements in one of your designs?
Absolutely. Okay. I have, besides pots just going bad, let's assume, in some of the amps, and I have no control of them because, unfortunately, almost everything is made in China now, including the pots. And the only problem I have in my service that I service is change the pot. And there's nothing I can do about that one. I have no problem in how the amp operates or something with the amp because I didn't do it the right way. There is an incident that I had with my Raptor due to not finding the proper components that I can put in the power supply, but I ended up solving it by redesigning the power supply and getting that thing done the proper way, and redo all the power supplies.
Let me ask Rudy the same question.
I'm sorry?
Let me ask Rudy the same question. Rudy, what would you say is the first among all equals in terms of the quality that you're searching for when you create an amp?
The quality can from when there is a concept of a total quality that is usually industry.
I think I'm not being precise enough in my question. When you design a headphone amp, if there's one aspect of design over all the other aspects that you have to concentrate on for a headphone amp design, what would that one property be?
Yes. Okay. Well, part of the quality. Okay. Well, I think it's the component selection. Because the design, the first, from the idea, the first design, what you draw, or using the computer or the simulation, must match perfectly your idea. And to do this, all the components, especially when the design is very simple design, must match perfectly the value, all the characteristics of components that you have decided to put in the design. A simple circuit is more require more quality component than a complicated circuit. This is normal. A consumer electronic has a lot of components inside because sometimes it's more simple to add components to complicate the circuit to surround a simple solution that requires high quality components. With high quality select, it's not only a matter of quality of components. All of us, we use all high quality components. Is the selection of the component that you need. For example, all our amplifiers have transistors on sockets. Because after we we buy from sources that normally are supplier of or military industry or require high standard, not from market. And then we make our selection with the instrumentation of the drivers. But after the final test is also a check on the specific amplifier, replacing if needed the single components, the transistor or the FAT, what is.
So you feel that
we select carefully the components because they must match perfectly the calculation that we made before. This is the concept.
Okay. Justin, pretty much the same question, but I think that the focus that we're looking for here is there a single aspect to designing a headphone amplifier that makes it a different design exercise than designing another form of electronic device?
Well, it's really, I haven't really done much in other devices. But to me, the most important thing is really the last 1% that nobody ever talks about. It's not on the schematic. You know, some of the more difficult stuff, you know, making sure it doesn't blow up when someone drags their feet across the carpet and touches it. That's a big problem.
It's the old bit behind the wheel problems.
So just things like that, you know, the reliability and just the things that can be really hard to test for sometimes, and you can just spend a lot of time on.
I think that's a valid point. When you've got something that actually has wires going up to your ears, not having it explode on you is a very good thing. Okay.